Hi, I'm going to show you how to do helix knitting in the round for the Retrowhirl set. This is the Retrowhirl hat. It's knit, you can do it in either a single color or as in this sample, I did multiple colors. And the helix knitting makes these super cute single row, one row stripes, and there's no jog between the stripes anywhere. Because what you're doing is knitting the hat, like here's where I start, and then you knit in a spiral. So like, this is the inside of the hat, by the way. This is the wrong side because the hat is actually reverse stockinette. But anyway, you start at the start and knit in a spiral. So I'm going to show you how to do that so that you don't get those weird jogs and you don't have to carry yarn up the inside and get like a weird line of twisted stitches. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And so then once you flip your hat inside out, you've got this awesome reverse stockinette like fade, yarn fade. If you're knitting with multiple colors, you can do it in a single color too. Okay, so I started a sample. This is in worsted weight yarn, so it's easier to see. And I knit my pretend brim, hat brim, and I'm at the point where I'm ready to start adding yarns. So the first thing you're going to do is knit 24 stitches with, no, not 24. Follow whatever your pattern says, for whatever size you're making. I'm making since this is worsted weight yarn, I'm using the baby size. So you're going to knit some stitches, add a yarn. Knit some stitches, add a yarn, knit some stitches. Okay, I think you get the idea. So let me knit my 24 stitches. Okay, so now I'm ready to place my marker, and now I'm ready to add in my first color. So all you do is when you're ready to join a new color, you drop your old color to the back and just leave it there. Just let it hang out in the back. And then you join your second yarn, your second color, as normal. And just like, go on, keep knitting with it. This I think is 36 stitches, so let me count. Okay, so that's 36, probably. I'm ready to put my next helix marker. And now I'm ready to join my third color. So I'm gonna drop, I should have said this before, but I forgot because I'm not running from a script. The yellow is my main color. This like bright fuchsia pink is color A. And now I'm gonna join in color B, which is this awesome turquoise color. All right, so I placed my marker. I dropped my pink yarn to the back. Now I'm gonna join my turquoise and knit my last 24 stitches till I get to the beginning of round marker. So at the beginning of the round, you're not gonna add in a new yarn. You're gonna keep knitting with the yarn that's in your hand. This is color B. So you just slip your beginning of round marker and knit to the following helix marker. All right, so now I'm ready to change colors. I'm gonna slip my marker, my helix marker. Jesus. I'll rotate my yarns because it's pretty easy to get these tangled up if you're not careful, or you could just let them get tangled and untangle them later. That's sometimes what I do because I don't want to mess with moving them around. Okay, so to pick up my next yarn, I dropped color B to the back, and it's just gonna hang there. And I'm ready to pick up my main color, which is the yellow, because it's just hanging there, so I know whatever's hanging there, it's ready to go. Don't mix up your pink tail. That's not what you're picking up. Ignore your tail. You're gonna pick up the pink one next. Oh my God, I'm tangled. So drop blue to the back, pick up yellow, don't twist them. If you twist them, normally like when you get to the, like if you're doing stripes in the round, they tell you to twist your colors so that you can like carry them up the inside of the hat. Don't do that because you'll get a weird line on the inside, which is really the right side of your hat because you're knitting this hat inside out. So just drop, pick up, do not twist, and keep going and knit until your next helix marker. Okay, I'm back to a color change. Slit my marker, drop my main color yellow to the back, and now the pink one is here hanging out, ready to go. Again, don't get it mixed up with the tail from color B, color A, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. You're just knitting in a spiral. It doesn't matter what they're labeled because they're going to change as soon as you run out of one color and add in something else. Okay, yellow to the back, picking up pink. Let's go. And I should add, when you're at your color changes, don't pull them too tight. You can pull them snug, but if you pull them too tight, you're going to get like weird issues with tension where you're like different colors, the tension doesn't match. So just snug them up, but not too tight. Like this one, I don't know if you can see, I pulled the pink too tight. And now it's too tight and you can't see that other leg of pink, but it doesn't matter because this is just a tutorial and it's a practice hat. But yeah, watch your gauge when you're switching colors. All right, I'm about to get to the beginning of the round marker. And I know that when I get to this marker, there's no yarn hanging there. So I know it's not time to switch because there's nothing to pick up. So I'm gonna slip my beginning of round marker and keep going. Just knit right across the beginning. A helix marker. I'm gonna slip the marker, drop pink to the back, and then I'm ready to pick up blue. And you'll see, so we're back to where we started the pink. We knit a whole round with the pink, but we haven't, now it's time to finish knitting the round with the blue. So that'll be done when we get back to the next marker. You see how you're kind of knitting in a spiral? You're like knitting this part of the spiral with one color, and then this part of the spiral with another color, and then this part of the spiral with the next color. And they're, did I lose a marker? And they're just like building on each other and stacking. Okay, picking up blue. Okay, back to where we started the blue. So we just finished our round with the blue yarn. And I'm ready to pick up my yellow. Drop blue to the back, pick up my yellow, and off I go. All right, I'm back to the beginning of the round, which is where I started my yellow yarn. There's nobody hanging out, so I know I can just knit right across the beginning of the round. I'm gonna keep going on this hat, knit a little bit more, so I can show you what it looks like on the inside and what the stripes look like on the outside, and I'll show you how there's no jog between the stripes, and then I'll show you how to add in, like when you run out of one of your colors, how to add in another one to keep going. So that's that for setting up your helix knitting. Okay, I knit a little bit on my hat so that I could show you what the helix knitting looks like on the inside. So here is where one of the color changes happens, and you can see there's no jog between the stripes anywhere, except for like right at the beginning, right here where I started my the pink, but you can't really tell, you guys. So, and then when you turn it inside out, well, if you're doing the Retrowhirl hat, this is the right side. The reverse stockinette side is the right side. Same thing. You can see there's no jog anywhere, and the colors just sort of like melt together, and they make this really fun, like, I don't know, like little bumpy texture, reverse stockinette. I love that. So I want to show you now how to do the color change. Like a color change as if you're running out of yarn. So I'm coming up to where I'm going to have no more pink left. So what you do is knit to your Helix color change marker, right? So let me do that. And then, since I have no more yarn, I'm just going to leave it hang to the back. I'll pick up my next color and keep going. When I get to the yellow, I'll pick that up, keep going. And then when we get back to the pink and there's no more yarn to knit with, that's where we're going to add on a new skein, but we have to get all the way around there first. So hang tight. I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, I'm coming up where I'm getting to my pink color change marker. So I'm going to finish up the stitches with the yellow, slip my marker, and then drop the yellow to the back as usual. Now, normally I would pick up the pink, right, to just keep knitting, but I don't have any more pink. So it's time to start a new ball, or little scrappy scraps. Okay. I'm going to start the pink. So just like before, at the beginning, when we were adding in new colors, you just start your new color as if it was still the pink, just like you would start a new color anytime with knitting. So I'm just going to join it and keep going. So now I've got my purple stripes started. And that's it. That's Helix knitting. That's how you do the Retrowhirl hat. And you just keep, if you're doing the multicolor version, you can do the same 3 colors all the way through. I like adding in, using up scraps, adding in weird colors and making them melt together. Okay, that's it. Goodbye.